We are living in absolutely crazy financial times. Gas is high, groceries are even higher, and more families are beginning to feel the financial squeeze. So, what do you do? Well, I'm going to be sharing 5 things that you can do to get through tough financial times, starting with this very first fundamental thing, which is getting back to the basics. Now, you may be seeing with your everyday expenses, the cost is going up. The cost for a gallon of gas or a gallon of milk are all rising as so many things happen in our economy and in our world. And at this moment, you need to go back to the basics and really figure out what's essential and what's a non-essential in your budget. So when we think about essentials, you're thinking about things like your food, your clothing, your housing, your transportation, your medical. Those are things that are vital to your survival as a human being. Anything beyond that are considered non-essentials. So take a moment to go through your budget, figure out what's essential and what's non-essential. And on those non-essential things, let's decide what you can cut. This is going back to the basics. What are the basic fundamental things that we need to survive and to get by? And those are the things that we want to focus on and make sure we're covering. Everything else are things that are up for being cut from our budget. Now, this isn't for you to literally live life without any fun or any joy, but it is a chance for you to really review your budget and how you're spending and focus on those things that are essential and that are going to be foundational. So we're first and foremost going to get back to the basic. Now, the next thing that you need to do during these crazy financial times is to avoid risk. Now is not the time to be taking on large purchases or taking out large amounts of debt that you don't know that you'll be able to sustain financially. Instead, take time to save up so that you can purchase those things in cash or at least put more cash toward those things when things become a lot more stable. But now isn't the time to take on those risks because you don't know if you'll be able to financially maintain it. And the last thing that you want to do is put yourself in more debt in a time where things are tight to begin with. So in lieu of those major financial risks like big purchases, buying cars, homes, those types of things, you want to save instead and hold off on those purchases and those investments that can be risky during this time. So the goal is to not make those large investments or risky financial moves on things that simply aren't necessary. Now, as you are saving money and mitigating those financial risks, another way that you can do that is by increasing your income. Now, that sounds a little counterintuitive or maybe impossible when the economy is tight, but it is possible if you are spending your time on essential services. Now, these are going to be side hustles or a side business that you can start that service in essential areas. So I'm talking about health related side hustles, maybe home maintenance, car maintenance. Those types of things are essential for everyday living. So if you're looking for a way to make extra income during this time, you want to start looking at some essential services that you can maybe do on the side. Now, I have a whole video that breaks down some of these essential services and businesses that will survive any economic downturn. I'm going to link to that video at the end of this one for you to check out. But you want to be thinking about ways that you can increase your income, maybe through a side hustle or something that will allow you to have some breathing room in this tight economic time. So yes, people are still spending money. There's still money to be made. You just have to be smart about it. And the way that you can be smart about it is leveraging essential businesses. Now, when things are tight financially, there may come a time when you have to dip into your savings. So you want to use your savings wisely. First and foremost, I don't want you to feel bad about actually dipping into your savings during this time. This is what you build a savings for. This is what your emergency savings is for. This is why you save money for times like this. So first and foremost, don't feel bad if you have to dip into your savings. But if you are going to dip into your savings, you want to make sure you're using the money wisely. Don't just pull money out of your savings to pay for those large investments that we've already talked about, but dip into it wisely to cover emergency expenses or necessities that need to be covered, but that you may not have the financial means for right now. So use your savings wisely and strategically, and then also simply just do not feel guilty about using it during this time, because that is absolutely what that money is set aside for. Now, with all of that said, as you are literally working your way through these tight and tough financial times, the last thing that I want to encourage you to do is to actually give back. Now, this does not have to be in the form of money. It could be in the form of time. It could be in the form of volunteering your talents and resources. It could be in the form of giving things away. But giving during these times, even when you feel like you may be in need, is just a great way to get another perspective of life and to ultimately be filled with gratitude and grateful for the things that you do have, because there's always going to be someone who is much less fortunate than you. So it doesn't have to be money, but we all have time. So give of your times. If you have talents that you can use, volunteer somewhere, just give back. And that's going to put you in the posture of gratitude. And even if your situation isn't the best, if it's not ideal, it is still something that you can be grateful for in this season. So volunteer your time, volunteer your talents, donate things that you're no longer using, and just have a posture of gratitude no matter what situation you're in. So the reality is, no matter what income level you're at right now, we all are feeling the economic squeeze. We all are seeing the increase in gas prices. We all are seeing our grocery bills start to pile up. It's all expensive, but these are some things that you can do to get through these rough financial times. Now, if you are interested in ways that you can make extra money, check out this next video where I break it down.